Good morning. This is Shindo. This story of a man who basically has an altar for Donald Trump, man that Donald Trump brought up on stage during his campaign rally yesterday. I don't know if you saw the campaign rally. I don't know if you heard about this. A man was brought up on stage during his campaign rally yesterday. This same man has told the press, this is the headline of this piece, the Telegraph. I will place this in the description box, as I always do. Please subscribe to my channel, comment, like, and share my videos. This is from the Telegraph. Quote, "I salute cardboard cutout of president every day," unquote, says supporter invited on stage by Trump. Okay, folks, if it doesn't disturb you that a grown man has a cardboard cutout of the President of the United States that he salutes every day, you should be. Perhaps you're thinking this man is the exception. Yes, I'm sure there is, but I'm sure there are a lot of people out there like these Keck folks, these Keck morons who keep coming at me because of my Keck videos. It doesn't take a whole lot to go from admiration that you're seeing to a little bit more to worship. Donald Trump is casting the media as the evil force that is not only against him, but against the American people. Setting it all up, folks. It is a gradual thing that will happen to most folks overnight when Donald Trump is indeed literally worshipped, as he already is. These Keck folks are okay with the fact that they worship Donald Trump. To the article, Donald Trump appeared to cause a minor panic among his Secret Service bodyguards during a rally on Saturday when he invited a supporter up on stage with him. The president had seen Gene Huber on television earlier that day speaking to reporters. He queued up to get into the rally in Melbourne, Florida. After spotting Mr. Huber in the crowd, Mr. Trump invited him to jump over the barrier and join him on the podium. However, Mr. Huber had a little trouble getting past security, who tried to bar his way before the president told them to let him through. Mr. Huber, it transpired, is Trump superfan. Speaking to CNN after his surprise turn in the spotlight, he claimed that he has a 6-foot cardboard cutout of the president that he salutes, quote, every single day, unquote. Quote, "This guy," unquote, the president told the crowd as Mr. Huber, a car salesman from Byington Beach, came up on stage. I bet he's going to be selling lots of cars. What do you think? Quote, "So he's been all over television saying the best things, and I see him standing. Didn't you get here at 4 in the morning? Say a couple of words to this crowd," unquote. Mr. Huber, wearing a Donald Trump t-shirt, took the microphone and said, quote, "Mr. President, thank you, sir. We, the people, our movement, is the reason why our President of the United States is standing here in front of us today. When President Trump, during the election, promised all these things that he was going to do for us, I knew he was going to do this for us," unquote. Now let me say a little bit about this whole idea of a, quote, movement, unquote. It sounds a little bit almost, religious. When Donald Trump has said, I am not anything, I am a messenger. A messenger from whom? A messenger from whom? I mean, it's not going to take long before he starts saying, I am a messenger from God, and then where do you think the jump is going to go to then? I'm not a messenger from God. I am God. Folks, you think that's crazy? You think it was crazy that Donald Trump would even be president? All of this stuff is falling together just as I said it would. Both my wife and I have been very outward and plain spoken about these things. And that's the way you have to be, folks, instead of just sort of trying to come up with all kinds of excuses and trying to live in fantasy land about how we're going to get Donald Trump out through impeachment. Who's going to impeach him? The Republican House? The Republican Senate? Trump's decision to invite a member of the public up on stage went down well with supporters, but doubts have been raised over whether it was a spontaneous move or had in fact been planned in advance. Mr. Huber's social media accounts, which are awash with adoring posts about Trump, feature recent updates that were tagged as having been posted from Trump's winery, Trump's tower, and the White House. Moreover, in a Facebook post on February 14th, Mr. Huber claimed to have received a telephone call from the president. Yeah, it was probably a robocall. It shows the increased insanity that people in general seem to have on the left and on the right. And folks, they are the extreme. But there's 10% of them on the left and 10% of them on the right. And they are going to be dictating everything that's going to happen to the rest of us 80%. It's the squeaky wheel that gets the grease, as they say. The people who are most loud and most vocal about these things, they're the ones who are going to start making policy. The most disturbing thing of all is Trump coming out and saying things against the media is fine. You know, I don't like the media any more than anybody else does. I can go on and on about the media and how they fell down on the job when it came to preventing a war in Iraq back when Bush was president. They fell down on the job, or they actually wanted a war. War is ratings, so I'm sure they wanted a war. But the media, as an adversary to Americans, it's getting to a point where he's going to tell you, Donald Trump is, especially if when he puts out yet another executive order, yet another kingly decree, which is what executive orders are. They're just decrees from the king, a fiat from the king. If he puts out another executive order that gets struck down in the courts, he's not going to go after the courts. He's going to go after the media. And he's going to say that the media is putting your life in jeopardy. Despite the fact that we haven't had a major terrorist attack from any of those countries that he is preventing from coming in, the citizens from coming into this country. If he puts out another executive order, which he plans on, and it gets struck down, which certainly, the way things are going, I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't get struck down. He's going to go after the media. And he's going to tell the American people that the media is against you. Only Fox News. You can only listen to Fox News, and just as long as they, kiss my ass. Fox News has got their heads so far shoved up Donald Trump's ass. And then I turn it on CNN, and it's just nitpicking of every damn thing he does. Why not focus on the big things? Because there's plenty of those. And of course, CNN has got absolutely no credibility anymore after the election. I don't need to go into detail about that, do I? It's a scary position that we're in, folks. And the 20%, the 10% on the left, the 10% on the right, is going to be determining policy for the next 4 years and beyond. And things get really tough for Trump if they do start impeachment hearings. What he's going to do is create something that wags the dog. You know, sort of like what Clinton did back in the 90s when he was facing impeachment. Just create a diversion. And it's not as though Trump doesn't have the character to do these things. And these are the scary individuals, like this guy who salutes a 6-foot cardboard cutout of Donald Trump every morning. These are the scary folks that are going to cause this country to dissolve. We are on life support, folks. Life support. And it's not going to be long before this country is a dictatorship in all but name. This is Shindo. Have a good Sunday.